Hey, what's going on? I saw Jemele Hill was at ESPN was suspended for speaking on the fact that a boycott of Jerry Jones advertisers would affect the Cowboys after Jones said that he would suspend any player or he would fire any player that didn't stand for the national anthem. And I agree with her that boycotting the advertisers would certainly have an impact. Let's just say that. Now, the fact is that being right doesn't mean that you're always going to win, though, because Jemele has been suspended. And what she's saying is totally accurate. You know, that's how you get people. That's how you attack white supremacy first, is you attack it economically. Now, the question you must ask yourself is that, you know, are you ready for the grown-up game? You see, what's happening is that black people are becoming wiser and smarter, and we're learning some of the rules of economic warfare, which means that if you really want to go at somebody, you get in their pockets. If you want to defend yourself, you protect your own pockets. You find your wealth. You get your money in ways that are going to be beneficial to you and your family, that are going to allow you to be protected as opposed to exposed to your vulnerabilities. And that's fundamentally 100% true. It's something I speak on all the time. You know, just as a finance scholar, that's what we think about, or what I think about anyway, economic self-defense. Now, what you must think about, though, as black people, again, is, are you ready for that game? That game requires a lot of discipline. It requires you to be an investor. It requires you to have the ability to create your own jobs, because they're not going to let you work for them and violate company policy. So Jemele Hill, you know, you are an ESPN employee who violated ESPN policies. Now ESPN has taken you off television because that's not your platform, that's not your company, that's not your revenue, that's not your anything. Are you and your friends prepared to do what it takes to set up your own television network? Maybe you and your homies go to YouTube and you start monetizing YouTube. Now you might go from making, you know, $1 million a year, $500,000 a year, whatever you make, to making, you know, 50,000 at first, you know, whatever it takes, or whatever it is, right? But, you know, you're building something for the future. You're also insulating yourself, because you really can't talk shit when you're working on the corporate plantation and expect not to get slapped. What they're doing is they're bitch slapping you. They're bitch slapping black people that think, oh, I can let this white man pay me money and I can still have my freedom of speech, or this white man, you know, can pay my bills, but I'm still going to go here and say what I want to say. That's a grown folks game you playing right now. And it's like a kid. A teenager can't live in his mama's house and act like he gonna make the rules. Or if you're 28 and you living in your mama's crib and you're like, well, you need to treat me like a grown-ass man because I got rights and I can do what I want. Well, what are they going to say? They're going to say, well, then get the fuck out. Get out of my house. And then see if you can pay your own bills. So ESPN is kind of saying to Jemele Hill, you're pissing us off. Get out of our house and see if you can pay your own bills. So that's economic warfare, because what she did was she struck an important blow. She made a very good point. You know, it's just like when I used to argue with my mama would be like, yeah, you're right, but it's still my house. Do you understand what I'm saying? I hope this makes sense. I'm not in any way disagreeing with what Jemele did. I'm just saying when I read that, I said, ooh, she's right. But ooh, they're going to get mad about that because you're messing up the flow of money. You know, you get people to boycott Jerry Jones's advertisers. Jerry Jones starts losing money. Somehow, inadvertently, those same advertisers are supporting ESPN. ESPN starts losing money. That means they have less money to pay you, which at that point makes you a person who is pushing a policy or an idea that is jeopardizing their revenue stream. Again, I agree with her 100%. I just need you to understand that when you kick the bully in the nuts, he's going to come back and punch you as hard as he possibly can. That's why Jemele got suspended. So this is for anybody who is out there saying, well, that ain't right, that ain't fair, she should have freedom of speech. No, you don't have freedom of speech when you work for somebody else. You pretty much have to say what they want you to say. Or oh, no, it ain't right. You know, what she's saying is right on, and she made a good point. Yeah, she made a very good point. But that's a point that I only made points like that when I learned how to start my own business. That's why I tell you, black people, like, you don't just want to start a business just so you can have extra money. You start a business so you can have extra freedom. That's the real payoff. Now I'm about to go. I'll talk more about this later. I'm about to get on this flight to London. So if you live near London, you want to come out, go to drboycelondon.com to learn more. If you want to watch the live stream, you can also check it out at drboycelondon.com. Last but not least, if you want a free e-copy of my book, It Takes a Village to Raise the Bar, go to drboycewatkins.net. That's drboycewatkins.net. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.